Well, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, my day off usually, but the project's going to roll on here, the Casa bathroom renovation project. And we got the subflooring finished off outside of the shower area, and we're to the point now where I'd like to be able to put up the stud wall here that'll separate the shower from the rest of the bathroom and give it some protection from water spray and all that. But to do that, I've got to make some modifications to the ceiling above, and I'll bring you in a second, and I'll show you exactly what I think needs to be done to do the change out here. And we want to do this carefully, because what I don't want to happen today is to have any part of the ceiling come down, because there's so much of the old terrible insulation up there that is just awful to deal with. If you look back on the closet frame out, the reframe on that, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with all that old insulation coming down. It just made for a terrible afternoon. So give me a second. I'll change up the camera and show you exactly what the plan is. Okay, we're focused up on the ceiling now, and you can see that this is going to mark the location where we're going to have a 2x4 laid sideways here. I just have a 2x6 sitting there right now, and that's going to mark the eastern boundary of the shower in here. And therefore, projecting that up, we see that I have the heater vent there. So what I want to do today is move this heater vent, take this light and shift the position on that, and probably move that heater vent. I may be able to scooch it next to it, because I'd really like to be able to continue to use that light a while before I shift it out and do the rewiring on that. So going to have to do some changes up there. Also, this is really wasteful, this skylight over here, and it's time to change that out and frame that in so that that can be drywalled in and closed off. It's really not necessary for one big reason. Yesterday I ordered a window. It's going to take about 3 weeks to come in. It's going to be a wavy glass block window, and it's going to be 4 feet long by 12 inches wide. Now this is a 14-inch, these are 16-inch on center, these studs, so it's going to come over to about here on the wall, which will really be a nice long glass detail. And because this is on the south side, it's going to get a lot of the morning sun, which I like, and it's going to be sunny till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a beautiful detail. Now when I get up there, it's going to be an easy matter of adding some framing, so I can just close that up, but for now I'll need to use that to access. So I'm going to set up the ladder. I got that now, and pull that cover up there and pop up to the top, and we'll take a look around and see what we're up against in terms of moving this heat. Alright, I'm up on top underneath the skylight here. You can see I got the heater behind me, the gas heater that I furnace that I put in about a year, I guess early last summer I popped that in, so that's good. And I'm over here, I'm facing south, like towards where the glass wall will be down there. And what I need to do is remove this is like a old 1/4-inch plywood and cardboard on here, drywall. I need to remove that and shift it over. I'm actually thinking about and considering, because I do have this skylight, sort of modifying this arrangement so that there might be a upper detail. In other words, when you're standing at the sink or at the door, you stand back here and you see that up part. But I don't know, as I stand back here, it's too small to be really useful, and it's not the prettiest arrangement in that that glass is that wire mesh reinforced prison glass up there, so it's not really to my my liking. So I'd really rather close it up for energy efficiency too, and just depend on that nice long strip of glass block over there to let a lot of light in, which it will. and it'll make it look really good. So I'm going to remove that paneling so we can get up there and see what we got to do to shift out that heater vent. Okay guys, you can see I removed the wall, so it should be a relatively easy matter here of getting that shifted over to the left. I'll probably end up looping that this duct, this flexible duct around the back side of that roof support there. I don't know how well you can see that. So it'll have room so it won't get a kink in it. And then I'm going to have to split that anyway this fall when the project's done, because I need to add a vent to the hallway back here. Because unfortunately I didn't think about that when the heater guy had come in to do the job. So I need to add that. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on shifting out that vent. So I need to disconnect the faceplate from the bottom here and then see what's going to be involved in moving that and fixing the right position. I had to saw out the two sheet metal screws that were holding it there, but now you can see it's basically free, the vent in that position. And I got to make sure to get some more of this heat you know, this sealant, this tape that's good to use with higher heat applications. So what I want to do now is see about shifting this over to the left now. And I think I should be okay. I might have to loosen that light there, but basically I think it can go in those in that stud position there. I may just have to lose the light altogether, so we shall see. Alright, had to see how that's going to work with that light fixture there. So looking at that and just going to kind of project over, so I should be able to scooch that in at least temporarily over there, and that way we'll still be able to use the light. So I'm going to go ahead and trace and measure that really carefully, that cutout, and transfer that over to there. Okay, I have the light bulb out, so I hope you can see I've transferred that dimension over there between the two rafters. So now I just have to get up top side and reroute that pipe a little bit, that ductwork up there, so it comes down pretty smoothly with no kink into that hole, and then we can secure it off. The boss is on board. Welcome back, boss. Your sergeant at arms. Well, we got the heat vent moved over from here to here, so now we have no worries about interference with our stud wall here. So yeah, that's a good thing. And all we have to do is kind of hunt and peck for finding it. We just fill that in with some mud up there. We're going to move that electrical anyway. We're going to center that over here. Get that out of the way. So it's all going to be good. The next thing we want to do, this will be really our last time accessing up here. We're going to remove that trim molding around and then run some 2x4s across there so we get some blocking to put the drywall on. And we're going to close that up once and for all. That's it. Alright, that's the deal. Okay, I'm over top of where the old heat vent was, and you can see I've added some blocking in here because we're going to be putting a stud wall up down there that's going to come up and rise up and meet the ceiling here. And I want to make sure we got plenty to screw into here, and I've added a lot of blocking across here, because that stud wall will be right about next to that rafter, that ceiling joist over there. So I have to make sure there's plenty of meat to hang on there. So I feel confident now. As long as I measure correctly and shoot up from below, we'll always be able to find some good timber to secure that to. Because remember, that stud wall, you know, with Jen being differently abled and everything, and let me get down the ladder here. This stud wall that's going to be here is going to have a lot of force on it. That's going to want to pull it this way because there's going to be a grab bar on the outside by the toilet, and Jen's going to want to, you know, hold on to that. And I don't want the wall to be wavering in any way. That's why it's important that it be secured really well up to the top. So that's why I probably do more than I have to, but I add all the blocking that I can add on The other thing I've done is I've removed the framing around the skylight area there, and I'm going to go ahead now and put some blocking in there so that we can easily, when we go to do the finish work, just shoot a piece of drywall up there to close that, tape it and mud it, and it'll be perfect. So I'm very happy with the progress today, especially moving the heat vent over there. I mean, that is a major thing. One of the big issues in framing up this stud wall is understanding where from underneath you can't see through the drywall. So of course you need to project where the overhead, where the studs are overhead, the blocking. And what I did is I measured all these distances off of this, the end of this stud right here going this direction, and I made a note of all those measurements there that you see, 3 5/8, 6, and what I did was come down here and transfer those marks over here, so from the bottom I'll always be able to know. You see one here, and I got another set over here. I'll always know from below where the upper studs are to grab into, but that's just an old carpenter trick, so you can you know, when you shoot those screws up, you want to make sure you're attaching it to something, because like I said, that wall is going to really take a lot of day-to-day, I don't want to say it's going to take a beating, but it's going to take a lot of pulling on it, so be very helpful to have that secured really well.